Education, Health and Care Plan, EHCP Overview. What is an Education, Health and Care Plan? An EHCP describes a child's special educational needs and the help they will get to meet them. An EHCP also includes any health and social needs related to their SEN and provision that is needed. It is a legal document written by the local authority and is intended to ensure that children and young people with an EHCP receive the support they need. The special educational needs provision in an EHCP must be provided. An EHCP can only be provided once an EHC needs assessment has taken place. The SEN Code of Practice says, the purpose of an EHCP is to make special educational provision to meet the special educational needs of the child or young person to secure the best possible outcomes for them across education, health and social care, and as they get older, prepare them for adulthood. Who needs an EHCP? Most children and young people with special educational needs will have the help given to them without the need for an EHCP. EHCPs are for children and young people who have special educational needs or disabilities that cannot be met by the extra support that is available at their early years provider, school or college. This extra support is called SEN support. Some children and young people may not make the expected progress even with SEN support. You, the early years setting, school or college, can ask the local authority to carry out an education, health and care needs assessment to identify all your child or young person's special educational needs. The LA, having considered the information which is already available, will then decide whether to agree to assess to see if an EHCP is needed. A few children and young people have such significant needs that an EHC needs assessment should not be delayed. The law states that a local authority must carry out an assessment if a child or young person has or may have special needs, and it may be necessary for the provision to be made in accordance with an EHCP. You do not have to prove that an EHCP is definitely necessary to obtain an assessment, you just have to show it may be necessary. How will I be involved? Your views and those of your child or young person are really important. The local authority, school or college should help you take part and involve you in decision making. If you would like help to do this, please contact Norfolk SEN Partnership for impartial information, advice and support, or read the booklet Writing Your Views for an EHCP available on the website. The SEN Code of Practice says, local authorities must consult the child and the child's parent or the young person throughout the process of assessment and production of an EHCP. The SEN Code of Practice says that an EHCP should be based on decisions made openly and with parents, children and young people. Clearly show the child or young person's views. Describe what the child or young person can do. Be clear, concise, understandable and accessible. Consider how best to achieve the outcomes and what is to be achieved for the child or young person. They must take into account the evidence from the EHC needs assessment. Specify clear outcomes. Show how education, health and care provision will be coordinated. Be forward-looking, for example, anticipating, planning and commissioning for important transition points in a child or young person's life. Describe how informal support as well as formal support from statutory agencies can help in achieving agreed outcomes. Have a review date. There is a full list of principles and requirements in the SEND Code of Practice, section 9.61. The EHC plan should be written in a way that makes it clear to parents, young people, schools, colleges and local authorities who is required to do what, when it has to happen and how often it should be reviewed. Contents of an EHCP. Every EHCP must include the following 12 sections, but each local authority can decide how to set these out. The sections are A. The views, interests and aspirations of parents, children or the young person. B. the child's or young person's special educational needs. C. Health needs related to their SEN or to a disability. D. Social care needs related to their SEN or to a disability. E. Planned outcomes for the child or young person. F. Special educational provision. What is to be provided? Provision must be specified, very clear for each and every need shown in section B. G. Any reasonable health provision required that is related to their SEN or to a disability. H1. Any social care provision that must be made for the child or young person under 18 in line with the Chronically Sick and Disabled Persons Act 1970. H2. Any other reasonable social care provision required that is related to their SEN or to a disability. I. The name and type of the school. Maintain nursery school, post-16 institution or other institution to be attended. J. Details of how any personal budget will support particular outcomes and the provision it will be used for. K. The advice and information gathered during the EHC needs assessment must be attached in the appendices. There should be a list of advice and information. Where the child or young person is in or beyond Year 9, the EHCP must also include the provision required by the child or young person to help prepare for adulthood and independent living. Can I request a particular school? The law says that parents or a young person has a right to request that a particular school, college or other institution is named in the EHCP. The local authority must agree to this request, unless it would be unsuitable for the age, ability, aptitude or SEN of the child or young person, or the attendance of the child or young person there would be incompatible with the efficient education of others or the efficient use of resources. Will there be a review of the EHCP? The local authority must review the EHCP at least once every 12 months. This must be done in partnership with you and the child or young person and must take account of your views, wishes and feelings. The local authority must decide whether to keep the EHCP as it is, make changes or cease to maintain the plan within 4 weeks of the review meeting. You have a right of appeal if the local authority proposes to cease the EHCP. If the local authority decides to make amendments, you will have a right of appeal when you receive a copy of the final amended plan. For more information, please see our booklet on annual reviews available to download on our website. For some young people, an EHCP will continue until they are 25. However, the plan may be ceased if the plan is no longer necessary, the child or young person no longer needs the SEN provision specified in it, or the local authority is no longer responsible for the child or young person if they go into higher education, get a job, tell their local authority they no longer want to be in educational training, they move to another local authority and the EHCP is transferred with the child. Who funds the provision in an EHCP? The local authority is responsible for ensuring that the special educational needs set out in the EHCP are met and that the special educational provision is made, whatever their funding arrangements or agreements with other service providers. All young people with an EHCP and all parents of children with an EHCP can ask for a personal budget. SEN Code of Practice sections 9.110 to 9.118 tells you more about what can be included in a personal budget. This is available to download on our website. The SEN Code of Practice says, a personal budget is an amount of money identified by the local authority to deliver provision set out in an EHCP, where the parent or young person is involved in securing that provision. What can I do if I'm not happy about the EHCP? The first step is to contact your EHCP coordinator at the local authority to discuss your concerns. You can also contact Norfolk Send Partnership, IASS, who can give you impartial information, advice and support and explain your options. This may include independent disagreement resolution, mediation or going to appeal. You can only appeal sections B, F and I of the plan. B. Educational needs, F. Educational provision, and I. Educational placement. You can ask for recommendations from the Tribunal for Health and Social Care. What happens if I move to another local authority area? If you plan to move to another local authority area, it is important that you contact the old and the new local authorities. The old local authority must transfer the EHCP on the day of the move, as long as it has had 15 working days' notice. The new authority will become responsible for the plan and for securing any provision within it. The new authority may want to carry out a new needs assessment. The new authority must review the plan before one of the following deadlines: within 12 months of the plan being made or being previously reviewed by the old authority, or within 3 months of the plan being transferred. The new authority must inform you within 6 weeks of transfer, then they will review the EHCP and if they are going to reassess. How can we help? We can give information, advice and support on EHCP applications, refusals to assess, needs assessments, writing your views and wishes, refusals to issue, personal budgets, draft EHCPs, funding, annual review of EHCPs, mediation and disagreement resolution, appealing final EHCPs, send tribunal, and complaints and local government ombudsman. Visit our website for more legislation and to read Chapter 9 of the SEND Code of Practice. We have a variety of information booklets available on the website covering the EHCP process. The SEND Code of Practice says the purpose of an EHCP is to make special educational provision to meet the special educational needs of the child or young person to secure the best possible outcomes for them across education, health and social care, and as they get older, prepare them for adulthood. You can contact us on 01603 704070, text us on 0786 0033 email us at sendpartnership.iass@norfolk.gov.uk or visit our website at www.norfolksendpartnership.iass.org.